Good morning. Good morning for me. I guess I don't know if you're watching this in the morning or not, but it's morning where I am, and I'm going to be playing with some Play-Doh. You want to play with some with me? I'm going to show you some cool ideas that I have for playing with this Play-Doh. And then if you have any cool ideas while you're playing with it, then the next time that we talk to each other on a video, you should tell me about it. I have some green Play-Doh, and I have some red Play-Doh, but today I think I'm going to play with the green one because it's the one that I already have open. One thing that I really like to do when I play with Play-Doh is roll it into a ball. I use both of my hands when I'm rolling it into this ball, but if it's really hard to use both of your hands, then you can use one hand and roll it on the table. But when you get better at it, then doing it with both of your hands makes you have to use both your hands at the same time. So it's a little bit harder, but it's a little bit trickier. It's a little bit makes you a little bit stronger. And then I poke my thumb into that ball that I made, and then pinch all the sides until it makes it kind of like a little bowl. And now I've got my bowl, and I'm going to fill my bowl with little balls. I'm going to use my fingers when I make these little balls. If it's too hard to use your fingers, you can roll it on the table just like the other way, but it's trickier, but it's better for you to be able to use your fingers. Oh, you can't see my bowl. There we go. I'm going to make, I think, a bowl of cereal. So I got to make all the little cereals that go in my bowl. Right now it's got one. My favorite kind of cereal is probably, I like marshmallow cereal, like Lucky Charms or Marshmallow Mateys, and I like Captain Crunch. The next time that we talk on video, you should tell me what your favorite cereal is, if you can remember. So I'm trying to make, right now I've got four little balls. And I know I'm going kind of fast just because I'm going to try doing it with my other hand too. I'm going to make a little ball with my other hand. I'm doing it kind of fast, but that's because I've done this before. I already know how to do this. So if I'm going too fast, you can pause it, and you and the grown-up who's doing this with you can go a little bit slower if you need to, or can talk about what we're doing if you need to, or can make something else up. Like, what if maybe if you don't like cereal, then you could be making something else. You can just kind of chat about whatever it is that you're making. I'm making, what kind of cereal is in a ball? I think there's a kind of Captain Crunch that's in a ball, or Kix are a kind of cereal that's in a ball. There's one that's called Cookie Crunch, and the cereal is looks like chocolate chip cookies that are small, which is crazy. I love it. It's so good. Trix are kind of in a ball, I think, or they were for a little while. This is really good for your fingers, and doing exercises that are good for your fingers makes your fingers get better at being able to control a pencil or a crayon or a marker when you learn how to write letters. Or if you already know how to write letters, then it helps you get even better at writing them more careful and more smaller, because adults have to write letters really small sometimes on papers and stuff that they write. And big kids have to write letters smaller when they write on papers at school. So doing things that make the tips of these fingers are the fingers that hold a pencil or a pen when you're writing. You hold it in these fingers when you're grown up. So doing exercises that make those fingers stronger makes you get better at writing. You can try and do it with your other hand if you want to. I'm not as good at doing it with this hand. It's kind of tricky. Sometimes people have one hand that they're better at doing things with and the other hand that is kind of tricky. And some people can do stuff with both hands about equally as good as each other hand. So I don't know which way it is for you. My bowl of cereal is almost full. Look how much cereal it has in it. This is my favorite part. Now that I've filled up my bowl of cereal, I'm going to make a lid. I'm pinching this out to make it flat. Flat like a lid. And then my lid goes on top of my bowl. And then, you know what I like to do? Smash it! I smashed all my cereal. All my cereal is smashed. It's okay if you didn't do yours as fast as me. I know I did that one pretty fast. And it's okay to pause here and play this game a little bit longer. But I'm going to move on and do another one. Another activity that I like to do with Play-Doh. And this one's pretty cool. I'm going to take this Play-Doh and I'm going to break a piece off of it. And I'm going to make a log out of this piece, or a stick, like a long skinny piece, or a snake. You might call it different things. So again, I can do it with my hand on the table. That would be the first step. Or I can do it with both hands together. That would be the second, trickier step, but it's a better exercise. So do it whichever way you can do it. Roll it all the way out and make a whole snake. And then I'm at like a windowsill, but you might be at a table or a desk. And I'm gonna, oh here, I'll do it back. I'm gonna put the ends of the snake like it's a loop, and then I'm gonna pinch and push. And pinch and push to make the base of it be able to stand up a little bit better. And if it doesn't work, then your snake might be too skinny. I think mine's probably gonna fall over. It's slowly falling. It's okay. If I mess something up, I can always pick it up and try again. That's what I like about Play-Doh. I don't know if you can see it falling, but it's definitely fallen. So I'm gonna pick it up and try again. I made my snake too skinny and too long, so I gotta make it a little bit less skinny and a little bit shorter. And then it will stand up better because the more Play-Doh that's in the middle, the stronger that the loop is, but the shorter that the loop is, so it's kind of tricky. You have to figure out how to make it be long enough and tall enough, but also not so long and tall that it falls over. That loop is gonna stay. I made one loop. I'm gonna try to make 2 more loops. I'm gonna take this one and do the same thing. Make a second loop. 1 loop, 2 loops. We'll see. Oh, I don't know if you can see my second loop, but I do have 2. I have a taller one and a little bit shorter one. And then I'm gonna make my 3rd one. I'm gonna put my 3rd one at the back because I think it's the tallest of all. Here's my 3 loops. All right, are you ready for this? I have a race car. I'm gonna see if it can fit through all 3 of the loops. 1, 2. Oh no, this loop might be too small. Squeeze, he made it. My race car made it through all 3 loops. I'm gonna show it to you closer. This is the hard one to go through because it's really small. 1, 2, 3. I wonder if I could do them in one go. I don't know that I can because this loop is smaller. But I'm going to try to widen it and see if I can get it to go through all 3 of them in one shot. He might just knock a loop over. We'll see. Oh no, he crashed into the first loop. Hey, that time I got it through all of them. My car went through all 3 of those loops. He made it to the finish line. I like incorporating other things into Play-Doh play. Excuse me. Mixing things together and picking up the things that that somebody is already interested in. It makes it more engaging and it makes it less like you're just having to do exercises to say roll out a log or try to roll a ball, because you're just playing and you're building things for the play. You know what I'm gonna do now that I have this car and these loops? I have an idea. I have these papers. And I'm going to make a track. I have some crayons here. And my crayons are shaped like triangles, but your crayons might be shaped like regular crayons. And I'm going to make a track. So I'm going to draw a line. Draw a line. And then I'll draw another big line. My track's just going to be a straight track, I think. I don't have enough pieces of paper to make it a curvy track. But if you wanted to make your track a curvy track, you could do it with even more pieces of paper and do curves on the ends. Or you could do whatever you wanted. You could make it a wavy track. You could do whatever you wanted. I'm going to put some lines down the middle because that's how roads go. They have lines down the middle. And then I'm going to put my loops on it, on the track. And I'm going to draw something. I'm going to draw hot lava on the sides. I'm going to draw it with a wavy line. So if the car goes off of the track, then he falls into this hot lava. So he better stay on the track. I'm going to color it orange too, with a wavy line. Let's see. All right, my track is almost done, but I'm gonna color the hot lava yellow a little bit. So when when people are learning how to color and draw, then the first thing that they can draw is usually scribbles, and then after scribbles is usually lines that go across and lines that go up and down, and circles. At about the same time. You learn lines that go across, lines that go up and down, and circles at about the same time. And then after that, when people get good at drawing that, then they can draw lines that cross each other in a cross, but still go up and down and side to side, but just they're able to cross each other. And then after that, then kids learn how to draw a line that goes diagonal. So if you know how to draw a line that goes diagonal, then maybe you can make your road have some wavy parts in it that go from straight to diagonal. And that's kind of what I'm doing with all of these waves of hot lava that I put here. I'm working on going, instead of just going straight up and straight across, I'm working on going, it's kind of curvy waves, but it takes me from one to the other and starts learning that diagonal. And you have to learn how to make a diagonal, and then you learn how to make an X, and then you learn how to make triangles, and those are parts of all sorts of letters. Like the letter A has diagonal lines to make it. And the letter X, like I said, and the letter M has diagonal lines in it. So if you have learned how to make diagonals, then your waves will probably be really good. And if you haven't, then waves are a good way to learn how to practice. And this can kind of work on up and down lines, side to side lines, diagonal lines, but again, it's all kind of part of play instead of just being like it's writing practice. All right, my car is going to go on the track. I hope he stays in the loops and doesn't fall in the hot lava. Oh, he crashed into the loop. Oh, he crashed into the other side of the loop. This car does not want to go very straight. He went through all the loops again, and he did not fall into the hot lava. I think that is a success. I'm gonna see, let's see. What do I have in here? I don't really have, I need to get some more supplies for my own OT room at home, but one thing that I like to do with Play-Doh that I don't have the stuff to do here is to put beads or marbles in it and then go on a treasure hunt for the beads or marbles. You can do that with Play-Doh, or you can do that with slime, or you can do it with any kinds of things, really. But since I don't have any beads or marbles, instead I'm going to show you a different game. And in this game, you take the whole Play-Doh and make a whole snake, which is one whole big snake out of the whole thing. So I can roll it on the table if I want to, or I can roll it in my hands. It gets a little bit trickier to roll it in your hands as it gets longer because it starts breaking. I broke it. That's okay. I can squish it back together and try again. No big deal. Sometimes it breaks while you try to make things with Play-Doh. A good game that you could play, you can't really play this with me, but you could play it with somebody in your house, or you could play with me the next time that we talk on video, is that you can make something up and how to make something out of Play-Doh, and then try to teach it to somebody else. Like I'm teaching you how to do these ones. It makes you have to think about what you're doing and put that into language. And it's kind of fun to teach somebody how to do something new. All right, I've almost got my whole snake here. Can you see how long this snake is? It's really long. All right, now some snakes are nice and they just eat like bugs, and they eat stuff that eats people's crops. And some snakes we like, some snakes, but some snakes are mean. And this snake is mean. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pinch him a whole bunch of times. Isn't that silly? You wouldn't pinch a snake in real life, but this is just pretending it's a game. So I'm gonna pinch with my fingers and my thumb, but I'm gonna do it first with this finger, and then with this finger, and then with this finger, and then with this finger. And it's hard to do it with your pinky. If you can't do it with all of these fingers, that's okay. But I want you to try at least. With your thumb and with each of your fingers. Do you see how I'm doing it with my different fingers? I'll do it slower. I did it with this finger, my first finger, and then I did it with this finger. That's my middle finger. And then I'll do it with my ring finger. And then I'll do it with my pinky finger. That's tricky. The pinky finger is a hard one. I'm going to do it with my other hand too. Oh man, that's even more tricky because I'm one of those people who likes to do things with my right hand. I'm going to pinch all the way down this whole entire snake. Pinching him to pieces. Pinch, pinch, pinch. I think maybe there are 2 more pinches and I'll have gotten to the end. And you know what's funny though? When you pinch the whole snake, then it makes it look like spines on his back, so it makes him look like a dragon. And I was trying to pinch the snake, I made him into something even scarier. Ah! I'm just being silly. Or he looks kind of like a ribbon. He could be a ribbon, maybe. Ribbon's not as scary as a dragon. I would not want to meet a dragon. All right, well, I am going to put my Play-Doh away, and I'm going to be done playing with Play-Doh for now, because I'm going to send this video to you. But if you want to keep playing with Play-Doh, then you can. And if you come up with any cool games or ideas that you do with your Play-Doh, then you have to remember them and try to tell me, because I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about how this went for you. I hope you have lots of fun. What color was your Play-Doh? And what's your favorite cereal? And are you scared of snakes or dragons? Because I am a little bit scared of both snakes and dragons. So I will see you next time. And I look forward to talking to you. And I hope that you have a great day. And let me know if you have any questions or comments or need anything at all. You know where to find me. I'll see you later.